Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a review of Soulara. So Soulara is a plant-based meal service. So you get pre-made meals sent to your door every week. It's a subscription-based service, but you can skip any week you like. So I ordered this initially just to try it out, and I already skipped my second week because I wanted to make sure I liked all of the meals first and I wanted to continue with the subscription. So it's super easy to skip or cancel whenever you want. I just wanted to mention also, this video is completely unsponsored. I literally just wanted to try this out for myself because I've seen a lot of positive reviews online, and also it's just super convenient. So at the moment, I think I mentioned this in one of my previous videos, but I'm actually doing a challenge at the moment to try and gain a bit of muscle, lose a bit of fat, and kind of recompose my body's muscle to fat ratio. So with that, I'm trying to stick to a basic kind of nutritional guide, meaning that I need to have a little bit more protein than I was previously having. So I'm having to kind of measure out a bit more what I'm eating than I was doing previously. And honestly, having something like Soulara just makes that so much easier because I don't have to bother, weighing things and like trying to find out exactly how much protein is in a meal, because it's just on the label. And I know like it is a bit lazier, but honestly it's really, really helpful just for this time period where I am, doing this challenge and trying to follow a slightly more strict nutritional guide. So I just wanted to mention, this is really, really helpful if you are on some kind of a nutritional plan and you need to stick to certain macros or certain caloric needs. It's really helpful for that because you just already know exactly what's in what you're eating. You don't have to go through that process of measuring stuff. So that is one of the reasons why I like this so far. The second one is it's actually really tasty. I'm going to give you a full review of every meal that I've tried so far and rate it out of 10, and also just let you know like what I think about the flavors and all of that stuff. So I'm going to start that shortly. I just also wanted to mention that all of the meals I've had so far, as I said, are really tasty. However, they don't have a lot of vegetables in them. So sometimes I'm adding in extra veggies, as you'll see in my reviews later on. I add in spinach or edamame beans or even like frozen peas and corn sometimes, just to like bulk it out a bit, because the actual flavors themselves are really good, but I just think it needs a bit more volume. And I just do that by adding in some extra veg, which is super quick and easy. And the meals themselves just have to be put in the microwave for 1.5 minutes and then they're all done. So it's just so convenient, as I mentioned earlier. And let's jump straight into the ratings and reviews. I'll see you guys shortly. Bye. Alright, so the first meal I had was this Roots Unearthed red curry, and it came with rice noodles, and honestly this was such a great start. It tasted so good. The sauce in the curry was just spot on delicious, and the rice noodles were a really great source of carbs in there that tasted really yummy. I've never actually had a red curry with noodles before. I always usually have it with rice, so it was a nice change and I really enjoyed this meal. I think I would rate this one like literally 10 out of 10 for flavor, but it didn't have a whole lot of vegetables in there. I mean, there were a few beans and a few bits of carrot, but it wasn't super vegetable heavy. So I guess overall I'd probably rate it a 9 out of 10, but honestly this tasted so amazing and it was really satisfying and filling, and I'd definitely purchase it again. It was just so tasty and I really, really loved this. So it was a great start to my Soulara taste tests, and this one is a 9 out of 10. So the second meal I tried was a palak tofu with turmeric rice. So I actually love palak tofu and I've made it quite a bit. It's actually in one of my old videos. I'll link it in the top right corner. I made it myself and I do make it quite often. So I guess I am a little bit more picky on this one because I do know how to make it and I make it quite well, if I do say so myself. This one is probably my least favorite actually out of all the meals I had. I think I would rate it about a 6 out of 10. And to be honest, the main reason is that I just don't think the flavors are super balanced. Maybe it was just the meal that I got, but it just tasted slightly sour and it didn't really have a great balance of flavors. So, I mean, I definitely still ate it all. It wasn't like it didn't taste good at all. It just didn't taste like it had the best balance of flavors. So I definitely wouldn't order this one again. But I actually went online to Soulara the other day to reorder some meals for the coming weeks, and I noticed that this meal is actually going off their menu. So they probably had feedback from other people that it wasn't super great, so they've actually taken it off their menu. So you guys won't even be able to try it if you wanted to. So yeah, this is probably my least favorite one out of all of the dishes, and I would rate it a 6 out of 10. It was not inedible. I definitely still ate it, but it definitely wasn't a great meal that I would choose again. So that is my review for this one, 6 out of 10. So the third meal that I tried was the Luminous Luxor. I have only ever had Luxor once before and I really enjoyed it, but I hadn't had it in ages, so I kind of forgot what the flavor profile was, but oh my gosh, this was so tasty. It honestly tasted amazing. I just want to note about this packaging. So it's slightly different to the previous two in that it sticks to the packaging, and as you can see here, I accidentally ripped off the plastic. So I don't really like this form of packaging as much, just because it's just a bit fiddly, and the cardboard one is easier because you can just recycle that straight away, whereas this is a plastic sticker one, so I couldn't actually recycle that. So if I gave some feedback to Soulara, I would say stick with the cardboard packaging because obviously it's more environmentally friendly and it's actually just easier to use. But besides the packaging, this one tasted amazing. I think I would rate this a 10 out of 10 because honestly it was so good. It was so filling, and I really, really enjoyed this one. Like I said with the first one, I would potentially like to add in a few extra veggies here because as you can see, it doesn't have a lot of veggies. There's only 2 bits of broccoli in there. So I would like to see a bit more vegetables in it. But other than that, the flavors were spot on. The tofu tasted amazing and I really enjoyed this meal. So next up is this chili sin carne. So instead of chili con carne, we have chili sin carne because there's obviously no meat in it, but they actually use vegetable soy protein in this instead of beef mince. And oh my gosh, it tasted so good. I don't know why, but I've never made a chili with a plant-based mince before, and it works so well. It tasted amazing, and the kidney beans in there were also really great. This was probably my favorite meal out of everything because, I don't know, I just wasn't expecting it to be that good, but the flavor again was spot on. I think whoever is making these Soulara meals just has a really good understanding of flavors. I mean, except for that one palak tofu one, but maybe they just, I don't know what happened with that one because every other one, the flavor profile is spot on. Also, this quinoa was so yummy because they've added in some corn and some spring onion in there to just give it a lovely flavor. So the quinoa also was spot on, and yeah, I can't rate this meal highly enough. If I could rate it more than 10 out of 10, I would. But I'm gonna give this one a 10 out of 10 again. And as you can see here, I've actually served it on a bed of spinach just because there's no green vegetables in it. So I wanted to add in a bit of green to it, and it just tasted so good and it was super filling, super satisfying. Would highly recommend this one. I'm definitely going to order this one again. So on to meal number 5. This is called supercharged satay. So from the picture, I kind of thought it was going to be like a poke bowl thing, but it actually ended up being more like a curry with rice kind of thing because the side of it that has the veggies in it actually is mostly rice underneath those edamame beans there. The one thing I want to mention about this one was that in the picture it says it has cabbage, but there was hardly any cabbage inside. So it would probably be good to add your own fresh cabbage as well because we are putting this in the microwave. So if you want some fresh veggies, I would recommend serving this with like a fresh salad just to get in some extra vegetables, but it did taste amazing. I actually, as you can see here, I'm adding in some spinach just to kind of bulk it out a bit again. The satay tofu was really, really tasty. Would definitely recommend that. And then they served it with black rice, which is really nice. I really enjoy black rice. It's a nice change from regular rice or from quinoa. So I definitely really, really enjoyed this meal. It was very tasty, very filling. This was one of the higher calorie density ones. I think it was about 590 calories. So it was a bit more filling than some of the other meals, which is great if you've just done a workout. I think this day I had just done a workout, so it was a great post-workout meal for me, and I really enjoyed it, and I would order this one again. So I'm going to rate this one an 8 out of 10 because it was really delicious, but just not my favorite out of all the meals that I've tried. So now for meal number 6, this is the abundance broth with salt and pepper tofu. This one is very, very yummy. Again, I think they really nail all the curry ones. Like they've just really got that curry flavor down pat, and whatever coconut milk they use is really good. I also like the fact that this had quite a bit of fresh broccoli in there, but I did decide to add some edamame beans. I just have some frozen edamame beans and I just heated them up in the microwave and added them in for a bit of extra vegetables in there because I love my veggies. But yes, this flavor was spot on. The tofu tasted so yummy, and I really liked that it was served with quinoa because it's just a nice change, you know, from rice to have quinoa. I really like it. It also has more protein in it than rice does. So I really, really enjoyed this meal. So I'm going to rate this one a 9 out of 10. It had a beautiful flavor to it. It was quite a generous serve. I really enjoyed it and had quite a few veggies in there as well. So 9 out of 10 for this delicious abundance broth with salt and pepper tofu. Alright, so onto the final meal for this review. We have a sticky ginger stir fry. So I'm going to rate this one probably 6.5 out of 10. So I love the nutritional profile of this. It has 32 grams of protein. The thing that I would note with this one is that it's just a bit bland. So it just kind of feels like, you know, what, you know, bodybuilders would eat, like the standard meat, veg, and rice. It just doesn't have a lot of flavor. So that's what has downgraded my rating. As you will see shortly, I have added some peas and corn as well as some soy sauce to it just to give it a bit more flavor because I do think it was lacking in flavor. If this came with some kind of a sauce, I think it could be like a 9 out of 10, maybe even 10 out of 10, but it's just lacking in flavor. So if you have, you know, soy sauce or some other kind of sauce that you can add to it, then it is quite tasty. But I think if you didn't have a sauce, it might be as low as 5 out of 10 because it really needs something. So when I added in the soy sauce, that definitely bumped up my rating. But I'm going to stick with 6.5 because I don't know if I would order this one again due to it just being a bit lackluster in flavor. I do think, however, the soy protein that they've used is quite tasty. It would taste really good in like a black bean sauce or some kind of teriyaki sauce. But yeah, just the flavor combo they've used here, it's just a bit lacking. So 6 out of 10 for this one. Hey guys, so I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful to you in some way and it's helped you understand if you want to try this out yourself. So one of the reasons why I like Soulara so much is because it is completely plant-based. So it's just really good to know that like every meal you can choose from is all vegan. So it's so handy for me, and there's a lot of options that you can choose from. There are other meal services like this, so let me know if you'd like to see a review of my Muscle Chef because I have tried a few of their meals and they have vegan meals as well as meals with animal products. So my Muscle Chef's probably better if you are living in a household where there's other people who do eat meat because you could make an order together and have the vegan options and the meat options. However, Soulara is completely 100% plant-based, so if your whole household is vegan or if you're just on your own and you want to have a fully vegan meal delivery service, I would highly recommend Soulara because as you've seen, pretty much all of the meals have been so good. And even like the one meal that I wasn't like super excited about, like it still tasted fine and like I still enjoyed it. So yeah, let me know if you want me to do a review on my Muscle Chef because I did actually really enjoy some of their vegan meals and I would like to try some more. So let me know if you want to see that in the comments down below. And if you're new here, it would mean the world to me if you could hit subscribe and also click the bell notification button because I post new videos every week on Wednesdays and Sundays. So with all that said, I hope you guys are safe and well and I will see you in my next video. Bye!